you. Hey. Alright, oh, there's one over here. Hey. What have I told you? Thankfully, she isn't respawning on me. Weapons. Yeah, we're back at the beginning. It was just one big arena. Now, if you'll excuse me real quick. Why am I going? Hello, harpoons. Railguns. OP gun. That I missed twice with. Don't ask.
That everything?
Affirmative.
Good. We have to get to Bastion before it's too late.
Warning, imminent threat.
Really not in the mood for this.
Hostile creatures below.
Shit, shit. Can I aim, please? Thank you, that's what I wanted. There we go. Thanks. You're kidding me. At least it's not in close quarters. Man, I'll railgun. You can hear this point blank voice. Ow, pain, pain, pain. Come on, die already! I have no idea if you're the one. Nope. It's not as effective as I thought it would be with Zerg on these guys. I did some damage, but really I didn't really kill that. Got shield. Will keep me safe. Just so I can keep firing. Where the bloody hell is the other one? There we go, that's one taken care of. I'll deal with the other one. Little ammo. You know what? Excuse me a second. I just realised. I had the weapon for him, mate. Oi, Fatso. This isn't as effective as I thought it would be. Wait for the charge. Ah! Die! Why won't you die? Shit, I'm actually kind of trapping myself in the corner. Wait, is it more effective when I'm not berserk? I am calling BS. Phew, he's dead,
everything?
finally.
Affirmative.
Good. We have to get to Bastion before it's too late.
I told you it was short. Yeah, that was, according to my recording, about an hour. It's about an hour and 10 before editing. Yeah, you see what I meant by it's short? That's the only issue I see with it. It's actually fun. It's a fun little expansion. But the length. Yeah. That's the main issue. You got a mission where you're stuck in a an aircraft vehicle, which is honestly the more boring one in my opinion. Then you got the tank, which is more fun because you get to ram yourself into everything because the tank is literally indestructible. I mean, seriously, if you lose your shields, then you're really just being stupid. Then you have the two missions when you were Darius. They were okay. I mean, the one with the shard cannon, that was fun because, you know, you get to mess around with physics directly. And then you get the last one, which is more of a kind of tying up more bits of the story. Which this expansion basically was. It's tying up bits of story. It's filling stuff up. It's making some things clear, like why are the cultists going for it? What did the cultists do before it happened? You know, the terraforming went down, and what, you know, they were preparing. They were making sure their attack would work. What happened right before Darius went for the terraformer? Well, sure, it kind of comes into a question. And then you got what happens as what happens in, I'm guessing what happened in a plot they kind of left out, like it was kind of just cut. I'm guessing it was because it didn't fit, or they just didn't have the time. And also, these are the original credits, by the way. They kind of use the same credits because it's the same people. Which I will say isn't that bad, because you know it's still basically it's a short game. Like the expansion is short. The game itself was about 5 hours or so. If you knew what you were doing, it wasn't that long. But it was kind of a game I found I could play again and again. Like I've got nearly 30 hours on this game according to Steam. Give or take an hour or two. Because of not actually playing, just being AFK away from the keyboard and stuff. The thing I enjoy most of this game is, while it's not that long, it is fun. It's the physics, the guns, there's a variety. And I like that they didn't go with the stereotypical ways of handling a shooter nowadays, like the 2-weapon limit. I don't like that. I do not like a 2-weapon limit. If you're gonna limit the amount of guns, please have it to a minimum of 3. Whereas this had 4, which was okay, because then I could kind of base my weapons around each certain area, like close range, melee range, close range, medium range, and long range. Or stuff like casual use, explosives, long sniping potential, or gimmicks, like, you know, like the mag gun or the nanoweave rifle. Or, in my case, when it got near the end, just having the nanoweave rifle, the assault rifle, the railgun, and whatever I felt like as the last weapon. Because this stuff like the assault rifle was kind of constantly good to use because it was a good weapon. I mean, sure, all the guns did have their areas, but not all of them were good. Like the pistols weren't that great. Stuff like the laser cannon, it was a good destruction tool for the physics, but as an actual weapon, it kind of sucked. I mean, it really did suck. And there were those weapons that, you know, had unlimited ammo, but they were more about they had another mechanic that limited you from spamming them, like the mag gun. Like, you had to wait for the magnets to recharge, basically, after using it, or for them to return. And again, the charge rifle, the physics gun, as I'll call it. That was fun, but it had a long reload time. And then you also had the abilities, and it's most likely kind of stuff I've gone over before, but the abilities I found, nice. It was a nice idea. The idea of you have this machinery with you, the nanoweave, and you can use it offensively and defensively. That's okay. I'll give them credit for that. I liked it. The shockwave, the impulse, the berserk, and the shield were all okay. And yeah, that was it. Well, for the Path of War. There was one thing I said I thought was dead, and is most likely dead now. That was no, the Rune mode wasn't it. Rune mode and Infestation mode. Rune mode was more of a single player thing where you just got to destroy stuff and earn points. Infestation, just wanted to show a little bit of it, and I'm kind of just going to be doing it on my own. Actually, you know what? I'll check for an internet game. If I do find one, I'll hang around. Let's hope my mic isn't set to automatic. Nope. No game. No one's playing. Because it did surprise me the first time I checked, after I beat this game originally, that there was actually people playing. So, yeah. And I will give them this. There are more missions. There's like Defend, Survive. Dark missions are more difficult because, it's harder to see. Anyway, let's launch, and I kind of want to talk about a few things to do with kind of like how I feel these games kind of go. And yeah, I know how to survive. And my main gripe with this game, you want to know what it is? It's that it feels just like they had the best ideas for it, but they didn't have anything else, and I'm looking to do a vulnerability here. Like, the infestation mode, by the way, is just simple wave after wave. Wait, wave 7? I think I remembered where I left off. That's interesting. Anyway. The main gripe with the game is kind of how they paced it. Especially the Path to War DLC. I kind of wish that the flying section, they could have done it completely different. But nope, they didn't do it differently at all. So, I'm just kind of... I mean, they could have... The main thing I kind of hate is stuff like the aircrafts. Those... While I like arcadey vehicles, they just kind of felt weak. This tank, I liked. You know, it's a tank. It feels like a tank. You get to run through stuff. The Spider-Mech, that felt like a tank, because it kind of was a bit of a tank. It's kind of how it was designed. It was a more mobile tank. And then you had stuff like the on-rail section that I'm talking about in the main story, where you were stuck on that barge in the lava area. I mean, sure, you got off it here and there and you got to move around, but it was really fucking on rails. And I have a thing against on-rail sections unless you kind of do it in... This is coming from a person who likes bullet hells, which are basically on-rail shooters in a sense. Because you don't really control where you stop, you just keep going. This is coming from someone who likes that. It's just, unless you make it, like, you know, really in that entertainment cycle, it feels weak. I mean, it's not Rambo, the video game, weak. Dear God, if anything was weaker than that, they would need a reward, a medal. Which would be a very bad thing. I mean, kind of, it just felt like it could have been done differently. It could have been done like a tank. Like you were controlling the guns and everything. But nope. It wasn't that great. That's kind of the thing. It's like the game had its good points, it had its bad points, and I know there's no music. Don't blame me, blame the game. They didn't really put any music in these areas for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, the game has its good bits and it has its bad bits, and it's kind of more of you can forgive the bits that are more boring and just not that great over stuff like where you get stuff like the tank or you're able to just roam free fighting off like whatever, like the aliens or the cultists, stuff like that. I mean, and the story is not great. It's kind of a generic story. It's like shit happens, a liar reveal story, stuff like that. And the whole love interest and the old love interest getting killed. Also, I just noticed I don't have the standard mana wave. I had the grenades. It's stuff like it's generic. It's generic. That's all I can say about it. And that's... If you can give a generic story and some boring parts in between the fun, I'd say go find this game for like on the 360 or the PC. You know, it's fine on any platform. Like it's fine on the consoles, and the PC port was pretty good. I wouldn't mind something like an FOV slider though. Like it's not that important in a third-person game, but it's always nice to be able to kind of see more, you know, around you. Sometimes spatial awareness is something people can easily suddenly lack. I mean, it's not as bad as Call of Duty's FOV, am I right? Yeah, that's a bad pun. So anyway, I'm going to kind of leave it there. these infestation rounds are basically kind of the same thing. It's just wave after wave after wave. It's boring on your own. Which is why I kind of was actually hoping when I decided, you know what, I'll show it off real quick while I just talk, that there would be some other people playing it that I could join. But no, that didn't happen. No one else is playing it. The game is kind of old. It's like a couple years old now, and there hasn't been a new Red Faction game since THQ went under. And I'm pretty sure someone picked up the Red Faction license when during the whole, you know, license sale thing. Well, I don't think they're planning on doing anything with it for now, literally. So I'll kind of leave it off there. It's a good game. It's got some boring bits in it that kind of hurt it, and some weapons and mechanics feel weak. But if you find it on sale or cheap, you know, not full price, I would recommend it heartily. I'll see, and I know this is kind of a short LP, but it's me getting back in the groove. So I'll see you next time. And please, spay and neuter your aliens.